Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Mark. How's it getting on? I really swear I was gonna learn to talk first. That would be great. I was gonna stop saying welcome back to the channel because you never know, you might not be coming back. This might be your first time and it just sounds weird. But every time I go to say it, I just default back to what I'm getting. Anyway, doesn't matter. You might recognize this place from it's exactly where I took the thumbnail for last episode. I've literally taken the thumbnail and I'm like, right, okay. I wonder if that sounds weird because it really echoes from my room. Back to it. It's not going great. So when I recorded episode 40, it was completely flawless. Every clip I recorded, it recorded fine. I had literally zero issues. Anytime I press record, would be class. I've tried to film the intro, so what you just heard, I tried to record that 3 times and it failed every single time. So I managed to actually get one, I think. What you just heard was my 4th attempt. I've now tried to film this bit, just me explaining what I want to do today and what I found audio-wise in the first episode. I've tried to record it 6 times, and every single time so far, it's corrupted. I don't even know if this one's gonna work. And I've lost at least an hour so far trying to fix it, trying to work out what could possibly be going wrong. Hi. And I'm completely at a loss. I don't know what to do. Honestly, it's really frustrating. However, what I did find last episode, I'm just gonna hope that it works. We're just gonna keep going and it'll maybe be fine. What I found last episode is there was a definite improvement when I put down the pillows. However, just for me personally, I can still hear, I think you probably just heard my phone lock. I'm getting rid of it. We're gonna put it on silent. Ain't no one disturbing us. Anyway, what was I saying? Nah, genuinely, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I still hear the echo. It's a much bigger room. There's a lot less on the walls. There's no soundproofing. Everything just sounds really echoey to me. I think it's manageable on the actual microphone, I hope. If not, I am still looking to improve it, but you know, we'll get there in time. However, today I would like to get a lot of work done on the boat. I've written down quite a few ideas that I would like to do. I don't know how they're gonna look, and it'll be one of the things that we actually gauge how we actually like it when it's actually getting done. I would like to get most of it done. I don't know if we'll get all of it done because it's one of the projects where even if I do a lot of work to it today, there might be kind of just something like, oh, that's class, that could be cool. You know, so I don't know. We're gonna get a lot done to it today. We're gonna make sure that it looks good. That's the main thing. However, this definitely needs to go larger. Let's just earmark it there for now. Will that be enough? Maybe. I think I want to have a bottom sail, then like a top sail. Then we're gonna have the banners. We're gonna have a way to get into the hull, like right here, and we're gonna cover it with trapdoors. But we are gonna actually decorate the interior. We need to match these portholes on the other side. I need to find a way to put like a figurehead at the top. And yes, I was actually right about that in the editing. I was quite proud of myself. After saying I don't know what it is, I said exactly what it is. So that's a point to me. So basically, I did like a decently long, like 2-3 minute recording, and I was saying pretty much what I've said about the previous episode audio issues, what we're gonna do on the boat today. And then there was like a few other things, and now I'm really struggling to remember actually what I said, because the more I was having to repeat myself and re-record clips, the more I was forgetting and just trying to actually, you know, like finish it and get it done, which I know is a really bad thing to actually do, but it's very hard to do a take that you're very happy with and you think is actually really good, and then it's all natural and it's all just straight from my head. Then having to try and repeat that same energy 4 different times, then on the 4th time it still doesn't work. You know what I mean? So I swear I'm forgetting something, and I don't know if it's completely obvious or if there's something that I really need to address. If, you know, if it's important, we'll remember it. If it isn't, we won't. So let's just get to it, shall we? Okay, so I skipped the part of me putting in these portholes because, well, to be completely honest, I had enough trouble putting them in on the other side. I figured neither of us need the pressure of me trying to do it again. But as for here, so this is what I'm talking about. Let's do a 2x3, and then it's gonna have to be from the, yeah, okay, it's gonna have to be from the inside. That's not a problem. So for this, I'm kind of thinking, oh, just stop being useless. Oh, actually, yeah, okay, so that is another thing. So I've just got a brand new controller. I got one of the nice new Xbox Elite Series 2, whatever it's called, and it has slightly different paddles on it. Tell me why I look like I'm in a shop right now. Anyway, so I keep pressing the wrong buttons, which isn't actually, you know, like, it's not a big deal. It's not really an issue. I can't get out. It's not really an issue. I would much rather have a controller where I'm not used to the paddles rather than a completely broken and busted controller that I just can't use in general. So, you know, that was just, it was meant to be just a passing comment that, you know, I said like over there like 20 minutes ago, but then just everything happened. Also, fun fact, this is the 3rd time I'm having to record this clip. I'm about to give up recording for like, this episode realistically might go out late. I'm just not able to record. I'm just not. Before I lose my mind, I'm gonna have to take a break. However, let's finish this first. This is meant to be when the boat is actually floating. You've got the hull here, whatever these are actually called. They'd all be closed. You could walk over them. Then when you want to go downstairs, you can open them. And you'd have, well, to be honest, I don't really know what you'd have in the hull. You'd have barrels, maybe some paintings, you know, like as if this ship was actually carrying, you know, some kind of goods. Something that you would want, and it can only be teleported by said teleport. How has that happened? So in the clips that failed, I said teleporting and transforming. Why can't I speak? Doesn't matter anyway. So this is pretty much completely just for the aesthetic. However, I don't really like the spruce. Now that I've had to actually redo this a couple times, I really don't think I like the spruce. But I don't really want to copy the trapdoors using oak, because if they're for the portals, that might, you know, the continuity might look a bit weird. What if we use dark oak? Yeah, I'm gonna go find some dark oak. I should have some lying around somewhere. Right, I found some dark oak. I think it looks a bit waffly. Now, seeing as I waffle a lot, that might be in my favor. Right, so let's just get them in. What ones did I have open? I had those closed. I got that open, that closed, and it was kind of like that. But then I also opened that one. Right, yeah. We'll just, why do I not have these on me? Why am I never prepared for literally anything? And now I have like 92 different trapdoors on me. Right, see, they look a bit Lego blocky and a little bit waffly. You know what I mean? Also, are these two patterns different? Yeah, these two patterns there are definitely different. Why is that then? Anyway, I think that probably looks a bit better. Just there is the differentiation. I think I would prefer, I don't really know, because the birch wood would be far too bright. The oak just matches the portholes. The acacia wood would be just orange and that just wouldn't look right. I think this is probably the best of what we're going for. Realistically, if the ship was made out of oak, like the other one was, and then we could use the spruce there, that would probably have been the best of both worlds. However, it's a bit late for that, so that's what we're going for. Now I think we're going to work on the mast, or at the very least, I'm going to put the mast in, we're going to see how big we're going to want it, and then I might go for a walk, because honestly, I'm getting so tilted with all these clips just not recording. Oh, it's a nightmare. Anyway, enough complaining, let's get to building. So I'm obviously trying to draw inspiration from the other boat, and just kind of have some kind of idea of some continuity that could work and will look fine. So what I've decided is, because this boat is slightly bigger, we'll have a little bit down here. So this will all be black, like the sails. And up here, obviously, the sail would be much bigger. And I think that could look fine. We might need to make a way of having it look a bit more like battered, a bit more bruised. Maybe the likes of, so if we had sand there, it would look like there's a hole in it. That could possibly work. I think it'll need some fine tuning. We have so many foxes around here. It's so class. Anyway, I think it'll need some fine tuning. I might need some ideas and some kind of ways I can make it look better. But also up here, I've fallen into my hole, there's another sail at the front of the boat. So what could I do with that? I was thinking, also, the more I think about it, the less I think that there are sails at the front of boats. I don't know if that's a thing. Anyway, continuity. Even if it's wrong in multiple places. So what I was gonna do is maybe just extend that out like that, and then have like that draping down. So like one block there, two there, so it looks like it's hanging down. So it looks like gravity's making it hang down, and it somehow survives. Again, there's only so much you can do when everything is square. Like obviously I would like it to be missing bits and make it look all tattered and ragged. Ragged? Is that what I mean? Ragged. Raggedy? Not important. I think you know what I mean. But, you know, we're going to make it look as realistic and as cool as we can. But up there, because it hangs down like that, if we put the banners on there, it'll have the skull and crossbones idea. So that could be quite cool. I'm going to go get some wool. We're going to fill this in. We're going to make it look hopefully presentable. Let me just try and sneak out. Where am I? Okay, right, perfect. I'm just gonna do this. There we go. Right, so I'll be the first to admit it looks okay. It does bear a resemblance to what I thought it would look like, but again, there's only so much detail and all that kind of stuff that you can actually add before it just kind of, you know, turns to mush. But for that, but for that little bit of like black sail at the front, and you've got the actual banners on them, which will actually. I'm sick and tired. I'm gonna take them all down. I don't care that I planted them, and I don't care it's actually the aesthetic. They're all coming down. They actually move in the wind, so that kind of adds some more realism to it. This is exactly what I said, so that kind of looks like there is like a big tear in it. Up here, there would actually be another, but I don't know how to actually replicate that. Because if I put a fence post in there, obviously, that's a very good point. One that I didn't consider. Anyway, right, we'll think of that later. I was also thinking that around here, instead of it all being flat, so it looks like it's just, you know, completely dug in, we could dig down and have, again, like pools of water, more kind of like cactuses, the sugarcane. So again, you know, this place did have life in it. It did have water in it. So over here where this boat was, would obviously have had water, and then down under it would have water. So my thinking is maybe if we create like little craters around it, or even just around here, and then we have like little, I don't really know. It's kind of an idea in my head that makes sense, but I don't know how it would look, because also, I think I said before, would be quite a cool idea to have like, you know, the cabin in the actual ground. But, oh, actually, okay, so let me finish that thought, and then let me explain the new thought to you. Sound good? So yeah, there's a couple thoughts in my head. Now, like I said, I want the cabin to be there somewhere. However, on this boat over here, and I do think like most other boats. The cabin isn't directly behind the mast. It's, there's a wee gap. Everything's kind of spaced out. Stop it. So over here, now that the mast is completely firmly in the ground, we couldn't just have the cabin right here. But that doesn't mean we don't have to have it at all. Now, there's two ideas that I have in my head that I both think could work, but they both are they're quite a lot of work. We mix in the idea of, like I was mentioning, about having craters around here and having it look, a little bit of life. Because again, if this was on water, there would be still water in the ground. This place could still have wildlife. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, if we had craters here, we could have one that goes down far enough. Then you see, I hit one of the buttons in the back of the controller. It's taken a lot more getting used to than I thought it would. And I crouched by mistake. Anyway, so we dig down one of the craters, and then at the bottom you see a walkway in, and that's how you get into the cabin. That could definitely work. Alternatively, an idea that I had. So I've knocked down this because you can't climb in and it's doing my nothing. So in here probably wouldn't be completely full up with sand. Now if these are open, there would be some in there, but I don't think it would be up to the level where it's flush with the mast. I'm pretty sure that makes sense. So what we could do, we hollow this out somewhat more. We continue the idea of the ship all the way down. We still include the portholes, but on the outside now there will be sand, which could be quite cool in itself. Then we have another one of these hatches, but it comes up in the captain quarters. Now, I quite like that idea. And then the actual cabin itself could be pretty much furnished, albeit everything be on its side. So there would be like chests with stuff in it, a bed on its side, maybe some paintings on the walls. We could even maybe have a lectern with a book on it, and we could add some kind of like made up lore and made up ship captain. That could be kind of cool. Very extra, but I think could be pretty cool. But that doesn't mean that out here, so say if we dug down something here. So this was a big crater, it has some like water in it, maybe some wildlife, like nothing too crazy, but just something. You could maybe see part of the cabin down there, so you could look through and be like, oh, there's something down there. And then, like in an adventure game, you could be like, oh, how do I get there? Maybe it's in there. And then that's how you find your way down. So obviously in here, that would mean we would need a way down. We could just use ladders and then just kind of like skew the continuity, because obviously there wouldn't be ladders on the roof, but maybe it's been explored before and we've put the ladders there. There's a few things that we could do. That's one of the things that's on my mind. Now that might have sounded all kind of rushed, and I will be the first to admit it. It kind of was. Not because it wasn't meant to be, but again, I recorded that twice over, and they were both like 5-minute clips, and both of them were then just corrupted and unusable. And that's 10 minutes of just pure talking. It doesn't work, and I've got to do it all again. It's a pain. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go sit in the sun because today's a much better day than it was yesterday. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm gonna think up more ideas of what we can actually do. You're not gonna notice a cut, and hopefully, unlike last time, it hopefully won't be 11 hours, but you never know. And then we're gonna continue to work on it, but just for now, it's really tilting me, and I refuse to let what is meant to be a fun project completely ruin my mood. So there'll be a cut here. It's not going to take up any more of your time. We're going to go straight back to the episode, but I'm going to go have a rest. So I'll see you in a second. And yeah, that was a second. However, because I am who I am, it wasn't 11 hours. It was pretty much 20. What time is it now? Yeah, it's about 24 hours, if not even more, since I last recorded. So that's fun. And you might wonder to yourself why. Now, let me tell you. Because I came back and I started editing. And it was kind of annoying, but, it was fine. Then what happened? I filmed this outro. And then what happens? I look down and I don't have any audio. For some reason, my microphone deselected itself from OBS. I've never seen that before. I've never had that happen to me before. And I didn't even realize it had happened, literally, until I put it into Premiere, trying to work out where and why my audio had gone. Look how cool this skull is. Oh, I didn't take any damage there. Class. Anyway, everything that could go wrong is going wrong for absolutely no reason at all. And I literally don't know what to do about it. But anyway, ignoring all that, I'm done being negative for the day. We have managed to make an actual episode out of this. I hope it's still as entertaining as it could be. I've tried very hard to edit it in a certain way that even if I was sounding kind of down and slightly jaded because everything was kind of breaking, I hope I've still made it funny. If you have enjoyed today's video that has been full of technical difficulties, please feel free to leave a like. It helps get the video noticed, and it kind of shows me that even when things are going wrong, if I stick to it, you guys still really enjoy it. If you are new here, I would love to say that you'll get more videos like this, but hopefully you won't. Hopefully they'll be a lot better, and well, when they do actually fix itself, we'll hopefully go back to a schedule and it won't be too much of me. It'll be just the right amount of me, but I can't promise that. So you know. Also, I'm not really sure if you've noticed, but this is all done in post-editing. These are all the clips that just don't have my voice over them, just because, you know, they didn't get recorded. So, you know, I'm trying to speak and try to match it to my movements in the thing. So I'm actually, honestly, I'm quite terrified of how I'm going to do the outro. So, you know, wish me luck. So having said that, and with that being said, stay out of trouble, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see yous laters.